families who have a special needs child or grandchild want to make sure that their loved one continues to receive the best health care, government benefits, and personal care for life, even after the death of a primary caregiver. However, when planning for this time, many people make costly mistakes. Here to help us prevent such mistakes is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
I know that nobody would knowingly plan incorrectly for a loved one and make these kinds of mistakes, so we want to make sure they don't make them. So you've got a list. What's the first mistake?
Well, the first mistake is, many people use SSI or Medicaid to help a special needs child for their physical or mental care, and they know that some of these programs are needs-based, so they don't want that disabled child to inherit anything, so they write them out completely. That's a mistake.
Okay. What should they do instead?
Well, what they should do is possibly set up a special needs trust for the child, so the money will go into the special needs trust and be available for the child and not impact a lot of these government programs. If they leave it to a family member, sibling or aunt or uncle, the trouble is they may not use the money for the needs of that child, or something bad happens to them and the money goes somewhere else. They pass away. So special needs trust is a good tool to consider. It
earmarks the money for the purpose
That's
that you
right.
want. So what's mistake number 2?
Mistake number 2 is not every trust is the same. So you don't use a generic trust or a living trust. A special needs trust has to have special language in it. And there's not just one type of special needs trust. There are many different types. So you need to sit down with someone who specializes in the area, make sure that they're drafting a document that fits the needs of that special needs trust, and also they'll be aware of changes as time goes on.
Right, because the laws are going to change.
That's right.
Moving on to number 3.
Okay, number 3. Mistake number 3 is ask other people in the family if they want to help that special needs child. Now, the problem is if they write in their estate planning documents the money goes to that child, then they're going to inherit that money and immediately lose their benefits. So they need to know the special needs trust exists. You need to tell them, here's where I want the money to go.
Okay, so they can help but not hurt by mistake.
That's right.
We have time for one more, mistake number 4.
Okay, very important position, who's going to be the trustee of the special needs trust, because that person controls how the money is invested, when it's distributed, and how it's used generally. So you need to make sure you're picking a person who's wise, knowledgeable, and caring for that particular special needs child. So you want someone you really trust.
And make sure that they keep up with the laws
That's
and
right.
any changes and things.
And make sure the trust is funded also.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. If there's no money in it, it doesn't help anybody.
That's right.
You want your disabled child or grandchild to be safe and happy for life, even after you pass. Pay attention to Mike's costly mistakes to achieve the best outcome for your family member. For more information, you can attend one of our upcoming free seminars, Monday, October 17th at 7 at the Holiday Inn in Rockside, Tuesday, October 18th at 1 p.m. at the Doubletree in Beechwood, or Wednesday, October 19th at 2 o'clock at the Westlake Rec Center. Or you can always call Mike with the number that's coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, it's unsettling to move a loved one to a nursing home. We'll help everyone successfully settle in. Then, we'll dig into the horticultural history of hops. Their grin was gone. We'll hear a personal story of a smile restored. Plus, why is Ohio always a battleground state? We'll peek behind presidential politics. And the IRS has new rules about IRAs. We'll spell out the details. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.